Hi, and welcome to this TrainingMate video tutorial. This video will help you to connect TrainingMate with your Concept2 Indoor Rower or SkiErg. By now, you should have watched the Getting Started video and have started putting your own workouts together. Concept2 have built a wide range of ergometer training devices for rowers and cross-country skiers. Every machine has its own onboard PM display. TrainingMate can connect with the PM to get real-time performance data while you train. Provided your machine has a PM3, PM4 or PM5, TrainingMate can connect to it. Earlier PMs will not work. Bear in mind though that at the moment, TrainingMate can connect to only one PM at a time. TrainingMate can also manage your strength and conditioning training and even your outdoor training, which means it is a perfect year-round solution to your training needs. In the remainder of this video, we will look at connecting to the PM, creating real workouts, and mixing ergo and non-ergo training. TrainingMate links to your indoor rower or SkiErg via a plugin. You will find them both in the Concept2 category on the link screen. To activate the plugin, click on the Install button and paste in your plugin license code when prompted. Plugins are licensed separately so that you can choose the functionality you want. You can request plugin licenses by visiting the TrainingMate download page. Just make sure that you use the same email address as you did for the main app. If you are unsure what email address you should use, just check the About page on the settings screen for the License To entry. Provided your license keys are valid, the plugin window will show on your screen. The plugin manages the information exchange between the PM and TrainingMate. So let's get connected. You will need a long USB cable, long enough so that you can position your laptop away from the ergo but still see it comfortably. Plug the end of the USB cable into the bottom of the PM. Now plug the other end of the cable into a spare USB socket on your laptop. You might need to wait for a moment for the device to be recognized, but once it is, the PM will power up. Now click the Connect button on the plugin's connection screen. The connection will be made, and the screen shows information about the machine it is connected to. If your PM is already connected to your laptop when you start TrainingMate, it will connect automatically. The next tab shows the current live data coming from the PM. We will look at these in detail in a moment. The Calculator tab is a handy tool for converting between pace, distance and time that you might find useful when setting up your training goals. If you wanted to work out how far you would go at a 2-minute 45 pace for 10 minutes, enter in the values and click Calc. The final tab allows you to set an ideal force curve, represented as force units against seconds. You can click in space to add a point, click on a point to remove it, or click and drag a point to move it. While you are training, this screen is activated, and your force curve data is plotted against this ideal curve on each stroke. Note though that the force curve data is not saved. Now let's switch to the build screen to look at the equipment and metrics that are now available for you to use in your workouts. In the equipment category, the Rower plugin adds a Concept2 Indoor Rower and the SkiErg plugin adds a Concept2 SkiErg. Both of these have a 10-level resistance setting, corresponding to the 10-level damper on the machine's fan cover. In the metrics category, both plugins make lots of measurements possible, most of which are self-explanatory. Stroke power index is calculated as watts divided by stroke rate. The average stroke rate, average pace and average watts are all calculated over the length of an exercise, not the entire workout. Likewise, estimated distance, estimated duration, and estimated calories are for a single exercise. If you have watched the Advanced Features video, you will know that metrics which are strictly increasing amounts can be used to control how long an exercise lasts for. When using the Rower and SkiErg plugins, you can exercise to a set distance, or to a set number of strokes, or to a set number of calories. So let's now add some rowing workouts. For skiers, the approach to setting up your workouts and training goals is the same, so please keep watching. A commonly cited rowing training scheme is the Wolverine plan from the University of Michigan. This is a 4-level tiered training plan that is used both on land and on water. For our example, we will look at level 4 of the plan and create one part of the overall scheme, the 180, so called because it involves a total effort of 180 strokes. This involves 4 minutes at 16 strokes per minute, followed by a shift for 3 minutes at 18, then 2 minutes at 20, and finally 1 minute at 22. So the first exercise we need is 4 minutes at 16 strokes per minute. We will use the rower, and we want to be reminded to set the resistance to level 3. Then we will add the primary goal of keeping to 16 strokes per minute. Building up the next 3 parts is pretty much the same, so we will fast forward through setting those up. Great, let's look again at the Wolverine plan. A little further down, it discusses a secondary goal of keeping to a pace that fits our personal record. Moreover, it talks about keeping to an average rather than absolute level. Taking their figures, we will add another goal to the 4-minute part, so that we keep an average pace at or below 2 minutes and 15 seconds, since a lower pace is better. Similarly, we can add average pace goals to the other 3 parts. 2 minutes 10 for the 3-minute exercise, 2 minutes 6 for the 2-minute, and 2 minute 1 for the 1 minute. Lastly, we can combine these together to create a Wolverine Level 4 180 group. For a proper Level 4 Wolverine workout, a 180 would be combined with similar groups, but for this tutorial we will just create a workout from this single group. You would usually include a warm-up phase before the hard work and a cool-down phase for afterwards, but for this tutorial we will skip those. We will increase the pause before the first exercise so that we can start the workout and get settled on the rower, but we will set the pause between exercises to 0 so that we can row continually from exercise to exercise. So let's get started. We need to set the PM into the just row mode since we are not using its own programs. And once the countdown has finished, it is time to start working hard. As you take each stroke, you can see the high contrast force graph update. On the main TrainingMate screen, our 2 goals are being tracked each second of the exercise, and the indicators tell us if we need to work harder or easier. If the indicator and graph are green, you are within 5% of your goal. If the indicator and graph are yellow, you are within 10% of your goal, and if the indicator and graph are red, you are outside 10% of your goal. We will fast forward now to the end of this first exercise. As the exercise finishes, the next 3 minutes at 18 strokes per minute segment starts straight away. Remember, we set the pause between exercises to 0, which is okay in this example because we are not changing equipment or equipment settings. As you would expect, the new goals are shown on screen. The rest of the workout will be much the same, so we can skip forward to the end. Once the workout is complete, you can review your performance results which have been saved for you. Each goal in each exercise is displayed using the same red, yellow, green scheme as before, so you can see exactly where your performance needs to improve the next time. Skipping ahead again, once you have done the workout a second time, you will have another result saved. So now you can directly compare up to 5 results at once, each one color-coded for easy viewing. So what about mixing in some strength and conditioning? That's easy to do with TrainingMate. There are many built-in exercises that you can choose from and adapt to your own particular needs. Select the ones you want, or create new ones if you prefer. Then build your own personalized workout, combining exercises on and off the ergo. But this time, you will want to pause between exercises to allow you time to settle onto or come off the machine. That's it for this tutorial. You should now be able to effectively interact with your Concept2 Indoor Rower or SkiErg and bring the power and flexibility of TrainingMate to your indoor training. If you haven't watched the Advanced Features video yet, we suggest you do to ensure you get the best out of TrainingMate.